big news shocked countries all across the Middle East after Iran's Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps, which is Iran's most powerful military group, put out a serious statement. They said they had started a new part of their military action aimed at American military sites across the Gulf region. According to the statement, this latest round of attacks used a large, well-planned group of new and advanced missiles and drones. These were sent toward important U.S. military bases in the United Arab Emirates and Kuwait. Iranian military leaders said the attacks caused major damage to key military buildings and equipment. This included radar systems, buildings where aircraft are kept, storage areas for fuel, and the runways that U.S. forces use to take off and land planes. The announcement quickly got the attention of people all around the world. This is because the bases named in this statement, Dhafra Airbase in the UAE and Ali Al Salem Airbase in Kuwait, are two of the most important U.S. military bases in the entire region. These bases are used as large centers for spy missions, watching missions using special aircraft, and sending military forces across the Middle East. If what the IRGC is saying is true, these attacks could be one of the biggest steps up in the fighting that has been going on between the two sides. Before we go deeper into how these attacks reportedly happened, exactly what Iran says was destroyed, and why these specific bases were chosen as targets, make sure you hit the like button and subscribe so you don't miss the latest big world events that are shaping our world. According to the statement shared by Iran's government-run news agency, the operation was carried out as part of a bigger campaign that used both missiles and drones working together. Iranian officials described the strikes as accurate and carefully planned. They said their forces went after buildings and systems that were directly used by American spy and military activities in the region. One of the main targets named by the IRGC was Dhafra Airbase in the United Arab Emirates, located near the city of Abu Dhabi. This base has long been used as a very important operating center for U.S. and allied air forces. The base holds advanced aircraft, watching systems, and drone operations that support missions all across the Middle East. Iranian officials said that accurate missiles and drones hit key parts of the base during the attack. According to their statement, one of the most important things destroyed in the strike was an advanced early warning radar system. These radar systems are very important because they can spot incoming missiles and watch the sky over large areas. They give military leaders key information about possible dangers and allow defense systems to react quickly. Iranian officials said that by destroying the radar system, their forces had broken an important part of the U.S. military's watching network in the region. The statement also said that the buildings used to store and take care of MQ-9 drone aircraft were hit during the attack. The MQ-9 Reaper drone is well known for being able to fly on long spy missions and carry out very accurate strike operations. These drones can stay in the air for a long time, collecting information and watching activities over large areas. According to the IRGC's announcement, the buildings that house these drones were damaged or destroyed in the strike. Iranian officials also said that buildings connected to high-flying spy aircraft were targeted during the attack. They specifically mentioned buildings used by the U-2 spy plane. The U-2 aircraft is one of the most well-known spy planes in modern military history. It is built to fly at very high heights in the sky, and it can collect detailed pictures and signals information over huge areas of land. If these buildings were really damaged, it could affect spy operations connected to the base. But Dhafra Airbase was not the only target named in the IRGC statement. The announcement also talked about heavy missile strikes on another major American base, Ali Al Salem Airbase in Kuwait. Located in northern Kuwait, this base is used as a key supply and operations center for U.S. military forces in the region. Aircraft flying from this base help with spy missions, moving troops, and sending forces to important places. According to the IRGC statement, cruise missiles and ballistic missiles were used during the strike on Ali Al Salem. Iranian officials said the attacks damaged several important parts of the base's buildings and systems. One of the main targets mentioned in the statement was the base's radar systems. Radar systems play a central role in modern military operations. They allow leaders to watch the skies, spot incoming dangers, and organize defense responses. The IRGC said that these radar systems were successfully hit during the missile attack. The statement also said that fuel storage buildings used to supply aircraft at the base were damaged in the attack. Fuel storage areas are among the most important supply resources at any airbase. They hold large amounts of aviation fuel needed to keep aircraft flying and working. If these buildings are damaged, it can disrupt flight operations and make planning supplies much harder. In addition to the radar systems and fuel storage areas, the IRGC also said that 2 runways used by U.S. aircraft at the base were damaged. Runways are the most essential part of any airbase. Without working runways, aircraft cannot take off or land properly. Damaged runways can stop or slow down flight operations until they are fixed. According to Iranian officials, the strikes on Ali Al Salem were meant to show how far and how well their missile forces could reach and work. They described the operation as part of a bigger plan aimed at hitting military buildings and systems connected to American operations in the region. The bigger picture behind these strikes is closely connected to the growing fight between Iran and the United States and its allies. Over the past several days, tensions across the Middle East have gotten much stronger and more serious. Missile launches, drone attacks, and military operations have been reported across several countries, creating a feeling of worry and uncertainty. In this situation, military bases across the region have become possible targets. Bases like Dhafra and Ali Al Salem play key roles in American military operations. They hold aircraft, watching systems, and supply buildings that support missions across the region. For this reason, they are seen as very valuable and important targets. Iranian officials stress that the strikes were carried out using new-generation missile systems and drone technology. Improvements in missile and drone abilities have greatly changed how modern wars are fought. Missiles can travel long distances at very fast speeds, while drones can carry out watching and accurate strikes. Using both of these together in planned attacks allows military planners to hit many places at the same time. According to the IRGC, this latest phase of operations involved exactly that kind of planned combined strike strategy. Missiles and drones were reportedly launched in large numbers towards specific targets across the Gulf. These kinds of operations are designed to push through defenses and make it more likely that at least some weapons reach their intended targets. The bigger message behind these strikes was also highlighted in the IRGC statement. Iranian officials described the operation as a way of showing their ability to hit important buildings connected to American military operations. They argued that the strike proved that U.S. bases across the region are within reach of Iranian missile forces. The announcement quickly got reactions from across the region and beyond. Military experts began looking at available information to measure how big and how serious the reported attacks really were. Satellite pictures, radar information, and open sources of intelligence are often used in situations like this to figure out how much damage was done after missile strikes. However, collecting and studying this kind of information takes time. In the meantime, the statements put out by the IRGC have already added more tension to an already very unstable situation. The Gulf region has a large number of military bases used by the United States and its allies. These bases play a central role in keeping a military presence, carrying out spy work, and supporting operations across the Middle East. When such bases become the targets of missile and drone strikes, the effects can go far beyond the immediate damage caused. They affect military planning, relationships between countries, and the safety of the entire region. The strikes on Dhafra and Ali Al Salem, as described by the IRGC, show how important military buildings have become to this conflict. Radar systems, drone storage buildings, spy aircraft facilities, fuel storage areas, and runways are all key parts of military power. Damaging these things can create ripple effects across military planning and regional safety strategies. For now, the full results of the reported strikes are still not fully known, but the announcement itself has already grabbed the attention of the whole world. Across the Middle East, military forces are on high alert. Governments are closely watching what happens next. Experts are studying the available evidence. And the world keeps watching carefully as tensions in the region continue to grow. What started as another round of missile and drone operations has now become one of the most talked about events in the ongoing conflict. Whether these strikes mark a turning point or are just another step in a growing fight is still not clear. But one thing is very clear. When radar systems, fuel storage buildings, drone hangars, and runways at major military bases become the targets of large-scale missile attacks, the stakes are extremely high. And the effects of such events can shape the safety and security of an entire region for a long time. Stay tuned for more updates as experts keep studying what happened at Dhafra Airbase and Ali Al Salem Airbase, and how these reported strikes could affect the next phase of the conflict across the Middle East.